Hey guys, it's Lan Harriet here, and welcome to episode 5 of season 2 of my F1 2016 career mode. Now we're here at Spain, which isn't really that good of a track for me. It doesn't really suit our car either, with a lot of downforce, a lot of straight line speed, and our car's somewhere in the middle. So theoretically it should balance out, but it won't really. But we do have some R&D upgrades to deal with, so let's get into the weekend and see what we can do.
Okay, I've got something for you. The new parts have been fitted to the car. The simulation numbers are good, so look forward to your feedback. Check out the details.
So obviously we upgraded our fuel efficiency last time after our race win in Russia. So yeah, that was pretty good. But I don't think we're going to repeat it this time. After all, last race was really hectic. And it looks like it's us and McLaren who have really made big strides coming into Spain today. And I forgot to mention what I'm going to do with this, and I'm just going to go down in a straight line with upgrades. So let's go into practice 1 and see what we can do.
Welcome to the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya for the Spanish Grand Prix. Over the next few minutes, the teams will be heading out onto this classic Formula One track for what we're expecting to be a very hectic practice session. So Anthony, lots to do of course in these sessions, lots of programs to run. What are you looking for when you jump in the car for free practice?
Well, you have basic checks first of all. You know, is the car working correctly? What are the track conditions like? And you'll be chasing that as the session goes on. Things like that. Then you start getting into the nitty-gritty of it all, and they become more like test sessions where it's all about gathering new data, testing components, tweaking the setup and so on. So there's only so much actual practice that these drivers need. Most of them will be plenty familiar enough with the track layout, either from previous experience or from the simulator.
So here we are on practice 1, and it seems that there's going to be a bit of rain at the end of practice 2 and through to the end of Q3 in qualifying, so that will definitely make it interesting. So we're going to go on and just start with track acclimatization first, as per usual here in Spain. And on our first lap it was a pretty decent lap, as you already get green, but I think we're just going to get purple with DRS. Yes, we do. We get purple there, so we get maximum resource points. And so we're going to obviously go into qualifying pace now, and I don't expect to get any resource points, and it was definitely shown on our first lap that we don't really have pace around here. And so coming on to the end of the lap, we just didn't do it properly, so we're going to get into qualifying.
This qualifying session is about to start here at the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya, and what a cracker of a session we're expecting it to be. This is a track that tends to ask quite a lot of the tyres, both front and rear. So is it fair to say a great deal of management will be needed in order to do well here?
Tyre wear will probably be the dominating factor around this track. It's so easy to use up the life in your tyres as you seek to find the lap time. If you have a good balance to begin with, like the Mercedes and Red Bull, you'll always stand a better chance.
So here we are in Q1 for the Spanish Grand Prix. And we're just going to go out for a first lap straight away on soft tyres. And rain's supposed to be in Q3, so I'm going to do fastest laps as possible on these set of tyres, as we do a decent lap first off, and that should be able to get us into Q2, which it does. We didn't do a particularly fast lap, but you know what, that's okay. So we're going to get into qualifying 2 now. And here we are in qualifying 2, we're going to go on for our lap. And I decided to go out on the medium tyres first, and we just didn't have the pace there as we kind of lose the back end coming through the final corner. As you can see, we're down by a lot, so I decided just to change it because I couldn't risk not getting into Q3 again like in Australia, and it's not going to, and hopefully we'll be able to get some gains here. And so going on to the lap now, this was possibly the best lap I've ever done around Spain, as we're going to come through the final corner here, as we get up into 6th place, which should be enough to get us up into Q3, as it shows there, as our teammate nearly gets knocked out here. But here we go, yeah. we just get through to Q3, which will probably be in the rain. And so let's get into Q3 and see what we can do. And here we go. See, it's light rain here. It's supposed to be drying up towards the end of the session, but I think that if we get a decent lap here on the intermediates, then I think we won't need to do another lap. So we're coming on to the end of our lap here on intermediate tyres as we do the fastest lap, which obviously will eventually be beaten. As we can see Vettel getting pole position and Hamilton getting second on the grid there as we finish in around 5th place. And so that's a decent grid slot for the race. So that will be interesting to see what happens. But it looks to be an interesting race. What's going on? And hopefully we can gain some positions at the start. So let's get into the race.
What does the Spanish Grand Prix have in store for us today, I wonder? I hope we see some tight wheel-to-wheel action down the main straight, circa Mansell and Senna way back in '91, or maybe we'll have a more strategic race here on a track where overtaking can be difficult. It's a sellout crowd of 140,000 here today as we await lights out for the 730-metre sprint down to turn 1 of this 2.9-mile racetrack. Overtaking is challenging through these 16 corners, but there's still a lot of high-speed excitement to be found, including the flat-out turn 3 and the terrifying blind right of turn 9. I won't be commentating alone today, of course. Nope, I have the honour to share this commentary box with none other than Anthony Davidson. And you and I were talking earlier today about how tight that midfield battle is compared to the last couple of years. Why do you think that is?
Well, I suppose the main reason is simply stability in the regulations. Look at what we had towards the end of the V8 era. In 2012, we had 7 winners in 7 races. And we talk about the dominance of Red Bull at that time, but their advantage was rarely more than 2 or 3 tenths of a second. And we've had this current formula now for a couple of years, and that serves to solve any teething troubles with reliability. And let's not forget that these cars are more technical than ever before, so it was always going to take a bit of time for those gaps to come down.
Okay, so you're lower on the grid than we wanted. Let's make the start count.
So here we are on the grid for the Spanish Grand Prix, and I was thinking of doing a 3-stop, and I think that's what I was thinking of doing because I'm trying to play around with it and trying to get the best grip possible here, because tyres wear out really quickly and it can be really unpredictable with in the car. So I think we're going to go out with that strategy. So we're going to go to and so we're going to do 3 stoppers. We go to 5 red lights in rich mix, and it's away we go for the Spanish Grand Prix. And we get a decent start as a few people get bogged down here, including Vettel. And we're going to try to go around the outside of him, and he doesn't really leave us the space, but he curves around as we get a warning for a collision. As we're just going to go around the outside of him into turn 1, and that's us up into 2nd place. And I think we're just going to follow Hamilton here. He's going away though, but I think we're just going to try to get into the slipstream and maybe look for an overtake. We're too far behind as we get up in 2nd place here. We're coming through the chicane on the end of the 1st lap here. We get a decent exit, a better one than Hamilton here. Let's coming through the final corner. He gets a bit too much in the curve, and we're going to get into his slipstream and overtake him. And we go completely past him, clean past him, even before the brake zone was completed. And that's up into the lead of this Grand Prix here. So that's really, really good so far. But now here, we're coming on to lap 4 down the straight. It seems that I think Hamilton's going to try to go for a move here. Yes, he does. And we get hit behind from Rosberg there. So we can try to hang it around the outside like we did at the start of the race. Which we do as we get a bit of a snap of oversteer. But all for good measure. Here on lap 5, we're coming into the pits with Daniel Ricciardo following behind us. And so hopefully we'll be having a good stop. I think Nico Rosberg came in the previous lap, so we need to get out quickly here. We get out ahead of the Red Bull, which is always going to be good. And as we see cars going past, as we see Sauber and everything, as we're coming out the pits here, as coming down, there we go. I think that's Nico Rosberg or Lewis Hamilton. Yep, it's Lewis Hamilton who comes out ahead of us after pitting a lap early, so the undercut worked for him. But now we see Nico Rosberg's coming out of the pits here, so we're going to try to brake late and try to go around the outside as he maybe tries to sweep onto the racing line to get ahead of us. but we've just got too much speed compared to him, so we're just going to get up ahead of him. But now here on lap 7, Hamilton's overtaken Nasser. He is obviously quite slow and on soft tyres, so we're going to try to go down the inside with DRS coming into this third sector. As we dive it down the inside and get the move done cleanly, so that's us up into 13th place here. But now here on lap 8 we see Sergio Perez is out of the race, and I think another safety car is called out. Yes, it is. Another safety car is out, so those bunch to pack up a lot, which will definitely help. And here's what happens: his engine must have blown up. Yep, it did. Another engine blow up. I don't think that really warrants a safety car, but you know what? We'll definitely take it, and to save fuel and everything. And so the safety car's coming in here on lap 11, so we're just gonna follow behind Hamilton and maybe try to get a good exit onto the start-finish straight. But we don't actually do that. So Hamilton gets a better one away from us, as Rosberg's not anywhere near us, so I don't think he's going to try to make a move. We're now coming on to the end of lap 12 here and start of lap 13. We see Rosberg's behind us, so we get a bit too much on the curb, so we get a bit of a snap of oversteer, as Rosberg's going to try to come down our inside, and he gets moved done cleanly, as Alonso's maybe looking to go down as well. We brake really late and just try to hang around the outside, but we don't do it. Rosberg leaves us the space for once, and he gets moved done cleanly, but we're still closer as he gets a bad run through this corner. So we're going to look for a move down the inside here. As we dive down the inside, and Rosberg turns in on us, forces us onto the grass again. And this is really, really annoying me now. So he gets away from us. But now coming on to lap 15 here with DRS, we're going to try to get into the slipstream of Lewis Hamilton here, try and overtake him. And that's what we do. We dive it down the inside. He leaves us the space, so I think we're just going to get the move done here. We try to leave him the space to come back round our outside. That doesn't happen. We're going to come in on lap 17 here for our our hard stint tyres. As we see Verstappen's following us as well, so he must be doing a similar stop to us. As we don't get held up there, I think Verstappen might be. Yes, he's further away in the mirrors than he was when coming in, as Rosberg sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. So I think he's going to come past us here as we come down the start finish straight. Yes, he does. Does Hamilton come past us? No, he doesn't. He's just behind us, so we're going to start chasing after Nico Rosberg here. Here on lap 18 after our pit stop, as we've got fresher, hard tyres than him. But we're following Lewis Hamilton here after, I think he must have overtaken us somewhere. I think that might have been Hamilton, not Rosberg I was talking about. But Verstappen tries to come down our inside. We try to squeeze him out as Vettel hits us. We veer into Verstappen, and that's us out of the Grand Prix. And I didn't see what happened. I think there's somebody behind us. I think it was Sebastian Vettel, our teammate. Yes, it was. This isn't always good. So we tried to squeeze Verstappen out and maybe tried to force him out of the move, but he forces us back on. And Vettel just tags us from behind, pushes us into Verstappen as we veer into the wall here. And so I think we need to see that from Vettel's point of view to see what happens. So here he is. Verstappen tried to come down our inside. We tried to squeeze him out here. As I said, he maybe tries to look at us and he just runs into the back of us. And it's interesting to see that he hasn't retired. He's only got a bit of front wing damage there. And yeah, he just veers into us, which terrible driving by a teammate there. And to see it from Verstappen's view, because he got the most out of this, as we see Palmer coming out the pits as we got stuck behind him. But yeah, we just tried to come out around him. He just kind of tried to come around the outside. He gets hit as well, as both the Ferraris just get tagged off him. So there's nothing much we can really do. And that's just us out of the Grand Prix. So a big contrast to what happened in Russia. So we won and then we retired. It's just really, really, really disappointing right now, and I don't really know what to say. I'm really annoyed at Vettel here, and rightly so. He didn't get any points. I mean, I need to see if he got a penalty here. No, he got a warning. He didn't get a penalty for crashing me out of the Grand Prix. Oh my God, I'm just frustrated. I'm not even annoyed. I am kind of annoyed, but I'm not even
And after
really
this round of the World
that
Championship,
angry.
here's how
I'm
things
just
look
kind
in
of
the driver's
disappointed,
tent. It's a
really,
good
about
result.
what happened there. But you know what? There's nothing we can really do about that. So thanks for watching, guys. Please leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you all later.